Shit, here we go. Oh my gosh, can I just click my fucking webcam? Okay, here we go. All right, let's watch.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and show you how they were made. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Final Destination Bloodlines, released in 2025. Bloodlines is the 6th Final Destination movie, and the first new one in over a decade.
I'm not gonna lie, my biggest fear is getting my throat slit. Like, that's just scary to me, because I'm like, on GTA 5 type shit, I'm gonna be gargling and shit, and I get the feeling hitting my, what's this shit called? Adam's apple.
The original 5 came out with striking regularity between 2000 and 2011.
On my way?
Both at the box.
What you mean on your way? You ain't coming here. You come here, you get tased, buddy. You talking too freaky.
Office and in terms of cultural
You be
impact.
talking freaky.
And in the
to me.
14-year gap since the last movie was released, the series has only cemented its reputation in pop culture. I mean, it became a fucking verb. You don't drive behind a log truck because you don't want to get Final Destination. Bloodlines maintains the continuity of the first 5 films, so it's not a reboot. But in some ways, it does feel like a requel, or legacy sequel. Mostly because of how self-aware it is. This movie knows the effect that Final Destination has on people and leans into it in a playful and devilish way. It's constantly teasing you and making you feel uneasy at every little thing, just like a good Final Destination should.
Oh, excuse me.
It's like a good.
I'm not gonna lie, hold on, right here.
Teasing you and making you.
Even then, who the fuck drinks ice? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a drink and you drinking it and some ice fall in it, like, unless the ice chunk is like small as shit or even big as shit, it's like you would be able to feel a giant ass piece of glass in your shit.
Feel uneasy at every little thing, just like a good Final Destination should.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, it does that sometimes.
But Bloodlines also improves upon its predecessors.
So then I'm
without
taking the
sacrificing
stairs.
what makes them great. Obviously, the kills have always been a fun part of the series. Even the worst of them had memorable death sequences. Bloodlines is no exception. This time, though, we follow characters we actually care about, as opposed to a cavalcade of douchebags. Death's targets in Bloodlines are, as the name would suggest, members of a single family. That already makes for a deeper connection between them than high school friends, co-workers, high school friends, college friends, or random strangers who were driving on a highway together. Additionally, the characters are written way more sympathetically and portrayed by an excellent cast. While their behavior is sometimes heightened, I mean, this is a movie after all, they don't feel like cartoonish caricatures. They're real people with real relationships and way more shades of nuance. That makes the humor land better, in my opinion, and gives the film a bittersweet poignancy. You still laugh at the crazy kills going on, but at the same time, you feel bad.
I'm not gonna lie, Pepper, what the fuck is up, dog? What's up, doggy? Welcome in, roll call.
Not going to find me. Now listen, I have. Yeah, your address is. How could you possibly know that? I'm even calling you with a blocked number. Oh, yeah, your number is. Where are you finding all of this out? Well, you can pretty much Google anyone or anything and find out all sorts of personal information like this. These sites are run by data brokers.
Oh, I didn't even realize I was watching the ad. I might be slow.
It's opt-out when you search information or best case any low. Be enough run from death. Let's find out and get to the kills.
Do I stream? Gerald, hype me up. Of course, you should be streaming. Why the fuck are you not streaming? Get the fuck to streaming. Did I take screenshots from the Discord incident? Hell no. Why the fuck would I want that on my computer, Pepper? Sick. Oh, you're a freak of maniac, and I know what type of man you are, buddy.
Wonder if those will come into play later. A vintage car drives over them, because this is 1969, or 69, nice. Young lovers Iris and Paul are headed to a date, while the soundtrack rips off an American Werewolf in London. Thankfully, they pay for a new song in cash, since Johnny's bass baritone starts singing about an ominous ring of fire. Paul is surprising Iris with the grand opening of the Skyview, a fancy restaurant and nightclub that's nearly 500 feet in the air. They head up in the elevator to this monument to aristocratic acrophobia.
What one was your favorite? None of them. Your 6 names.
Well, it's a Final Destination movie, so, you tell me. This place is full of fancy patrons, a snooty maitre d', a cheerful elevator operator, and an enthusiastic singer named Evie. She's got her young son with her, and the poor kid is bored as hell. But he's much better behaved than Alfred Milano, a grade A disgusting little shit boy, as our friends at We Hate
Shit
Movies
boy?
would say. You know what we mean by that. A disgusting little shit boy. I mean, he's usually messy, he's up to no good. I don't think I need to elaborate. He's a disgusting little shit boy. Come on. Alfred may be the most disgusting and little shittiest, stealing coins from from a fountain, stomping on the glass elevator floor. I mean, the kid's a bad seed. Paul ain't posh enough to snag a table.
Yeah, you better
according
stream.
to the judgmental Mater D,
I'll
but
keep
Iris
begging.
sneaks him in anyway so they can take in the view. The terrifying, very high view. This opening scene is so effective at making every little thing feel like a prelude to disaster. Corks popping, heels clacking, glass squeaking. It's a total nightmare and feeds into what the series is known for.
Final Destination really brings to life anxieties that everyone experiences.
The sixth Final Destination began development back in 2016, but faced continual delays thanks to studio leadership changes, the COVID pandemic, and the SAG strike. Persevering through all of that was Craig Perry, who's been producing these movies since the very first one 25 years ago.
I first read the 3-page outline in 1997, if that gives you even more context.
This guy is awesome to talk to about these films. He freaking loves them. He took all the extra time to really study what makes them great, saying the kills and disasters need to be accessible, identifiable, and imbued with a sense of a malevolent threat. Perry and the other producers heard from over 200 filmmakers who wanted to lead the project, but went with the duo of Zach Lipovsky and Adam Stein, who had met in 2007 on a wait, what? Steven Spielberg reality competition? What the fuck is on the lot? Lipovsky and Stein were huge fans of the franchise and won the producers over in a Zoom meeting. In it, they secretly swapped out their call with a pre-recorded video where their room caught on fire and Stein got decapitated by a ceiling fan. It showed the producers they understood the tone of the series. As the Skyview band plays Fallen by the late Connie Francis, Iris starts to feel like she's walking on a tightrope swinging in the breeze. She tries to keep her balance, but she just weakens in the
Imagine she just shit on the floor and everybody down below just see it. Now, did she just shit up there?
knees. She ducks around a corner to throw up, which as we all know is movie shorthand for she pregnant. Evie knows it too, but apparently Paul doesn't. But the singer tells Iris that as long as they love each other, they can work it out. They can work it out. After all, life is very short and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend. Iris and Paul step out onto the balcony where that disgusting little shit boy's trying to throw pennies off the roof.
Oh, I'm so sorry, of course. Yeah. Fat ass.
Paul proposes to Iris and
What? Was that necessary though? He was like, oh yes, of course. Fat ass motherfucker. Fat piece of bacon.
she responds by telling him about
so
the pregnancy. He likes it, so he puts a ring on it. A little bit snug though. Wonder if that'll come into play later. As the newly engaged couple leaves, the little shit boy takes that penny and gives it a chuck. All that day, they'll be pretty fucked, since it winds up lodged in a fan blade. Iris and Paul celebrate their engagement on the dance floor. Tonight, you're the star, girl. The band plays Shout, which is the best song to dance to at a wedding, and one of the best Fortnite dances too. Seriously, it's fantastic. This high-energy performance is stressful as hell as the dominoes of inevitable destruction are lined up. They dance
So nobody's seeing that though. Like nobody's seeing the ground literally crack beneath them.
it so hard they pop in rivets. And damn, none of y'all noticed that giant crack in the glass floor? The penny
Thank you.
pings out of the vent and knocks open a gas pipe as the music and merriment reach a crescendo. And then it happens. Oh shit, those people are fucked. They're gonna fall so far, dude. And they're hitting beams on the way down too. God damn. The last to fall is Paul, Iris's boyfriend, or hey wait, fiance, or I guess ex now. Everyone falls to the ground near valets, listening to the
Damn.
raindrops keep falling on my head. It's horrible and hilarious all at the same time, underlining how the death of Final Destination has a pitch black sense of humor. I can just imagine him making a playlist on Spotify and including those earlier songs, like Ring of Fire. That one gets real relevant real fast as shit goes bananas Foster inside the restaurant. Evie gets burned alive right in front of her kid. Jesus Christ, dude. Another woman is lit ablaze too in what may have set the record for the oldest ever burn stunt. Hell yeah, lady, look at her go. She is sprinting on fire. 71-year-old Yvette Ferguson rehearsed this 8 or 9 times before they ever got on set. She comes from a family of stunt performers and came out of retirement just to do this.
She said, "Everyone else in my family's been on fire except for me. This is so exciting, and I never thought I'd get the chance."
The remaining Skyview survivors are trampling each other, trying
You
to
just
find
got
a
your
way out
OG
of here.
Fortnite
Little
account
shit
back?
boy
Hell
pushes his
yeah.
way past and makes it down the stairs, unlike a bunch of people who fall out as a whole wall crumbles and collapses. The only option left is the Tower of Terror elevator, which quickly turns into a claustrophobic catastrophe. The Mater D shoves Iris out of the way to get inside, but is
Damn.
rewarded by getting torn the fuck in half when the cables break.
Oh my
That is a
gosh.
thing of absolute beauty right there. The floor starts to split apart, sending people to slam against the windows like bugs on a windshield. Iris manages to escape and tries to help one lady to safety, but that pesky penny provides just enough weight to knock over a piano that plays her off. Damn, dude, that one felt kinda sad. Still, this whole
Damn.
sequence is a series of applause-worthy moments.
Ooh.
No wonder this movie blew up at the box office. This is a riot to watch with a crowd. I mean, where else are you gonna have audiences applauding this?
Why are you just sending absolute demonic videos?
People openly cheered at a child's death, man. That's something special. The opening disaster was originally going to take place on a riverboat, but the filmmakers realized there was no topping the ultimate on-screen boatastrophe.
We were just like, there's no way to like out Titanic in this situation.
They changed the setting from the water to the sky and spent over a year figuring out every detail. It was the first thing filmed on a beautiful 100-foot set designed by Rachel Toole. They joked that the set cost more than the entire first Final Destination film. This main set was surrounded by a custom volume wall with LEDs that could show the skyline at any angle they wanted. They also had a set that could tilt
that's
for people
tough.
to slide down, and another that could be lifted into the air for shots from beneath the dance floor. The Skyview Tower itself was inspired by Seattle Space Needle and Toronto CN Tower. The base of it is played by the Museum
would
of
cry
Vancouver,
too.
which is where they shot this movie, just like most of the earlier films. The massive sequence involved 140 extras and took half the film's entire shoot to capture. While there is a bit of a CG feel to some of it, they shot a ton of it practically. There are a lot of stunt performers performing a lot of wire stunts.
I don't think we've ever dropped 20 people all in one shot at one time.
Some of the deaths had practical baselines too, even if they added CG layers on top. The Mater D's death used a really sick-looking life-size
Rust Lord Nutcracker. That's fake, Twitch. That's fake.
prosthetic.
It's prosthetic.
They put it
see?
next to me, and it freaked me out.
And when it came time to wipe away the little shit boy, they actually dropped a real piano 80 feet and comped it in for the effect. This place is really falling apart now, and Iris is one of only 2 people left. The other, a kid in a box, Evie's son, who Iris rushes over to help. But not much she can do when the whole thing starts to come down. Her ring saves her for like a second, but then she gets 1/5 of a Gerald's game. She and the little boy plummet to their deaths, with Iris hitting a spire. Whoa,
Wow!
Whoa, that's not
Whoa.
Iris, that's someone else. We've never woed out of an Iris into somebody else, not in 5 freaking movies. We always woed right back to the premonition haver, right before the premonition started. It's a great change in the format that made me yell when I first saw it, since now we're in the present almost 60 years later. Stephanie is a college student who was nowhere to be seen in the Skyview premonition, but she's been seeing it in her dreams every night for the past few months. Her poor roommate.
Oh,
She's
Megan?
come to realize that Iris must be her maternal grandmother, whom she's never met. She decides to go back home to try to figure out what it could mean. Careful now, Steph. Don't get pulled over for driving under a premonition. Her dad, Marty, doesn't want to talk about her grandma Iris, and her mom, Darlene, left the family when Stephanie was 10. So she decides to try the extended fam and heads over to her cousin's house with her little bro, Charlie.
Hold on, how she had a baby if she dead? Something to think about. Something to think about.
He's moody towards her because she never visits, but she thaws the tension by opening up about her situation.
I am on academic probation.
Talking about academic probation. What that mean? Like, what that mean?
Whoa. This one scene does so much to make you quickly care about these siblings. As a little brother myself, I can say this is perfect little brother acting courtesy of Teo Briones, who was also phenomenal as Junior in the first season of the Chucky series. At the cousin's house, we meet the extended family, headed by their mom's brother Uncle Howard and his wife Aunt Brenda. Their 3 kids are the cousins, who are playing Mortal Kombat 1, hell yeah! Oh, a katana main.
Oh, that's fire.
I can respect that. Eric, the oldest, is a sarcastic tattoo artist. Julia, the middle child, was Stephanie's childhood best friend. She's cold to Steph now, since she stopped coming around after she left for college. Julia has been filling in as Charlie's big sister, and clearly judges Stephanie for her absence.
Junior lifeguards, Charlie. I didn't know you were doing junior lifeguards. You didn't tell me that.
So what are you gonna wear?
The youngest sibling is Bobby, who, like Jonathan the zombie, likes turtles.
I like turtles.
Despite her dad warning her not to, Stephanie asks Uncle Howard about his mom. He tells her that Grandma Iris lost her mind after her husband died, becoming obsessed with death to the point that she refused to let her kids leave the house. Things got so bad the state had to intervene and took Howard and Darlene away. Iris wouldn't give up though, and kept sending them letters with obituaries and pictures of horrific accidents. They eventually had to move so she couldn't contact them anymore. All in all, he's not a big fan.
That woman is a sick and dangerous person.
I'm sorry, the acting in this scene a little goofy, but I fuck with it.
But that sign doesn't stop Stephanie because she can read. She finds a box with all the letters Iris sent. She follows the return address to a place way the fuck out in the middle of nowhere. It's reminiscent of Kimberly visiting Clear at the asylum in Final Destination 2. In fact, when she gets there, Stephanie has to empty her pockets, just like Kimberly had to do. That's because her cautious Grandma Iris is turtling inside this fortress.
I'm not dangerous.
It's not you I'm afraid of.
Lady, your cabin's surrounded by spikes and stagnant water. Malaria all up in this bitch. Not to
I was
mention the
literally just
tetanus
thinking that.
and shit. Those literally look like video game barrels that I would shoot to blow up.
Actually, video game barrels are red when they explode.
This isn't a video game kill count. That's your series, and it's back.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Iris
shit, do
tells
video
Steph to
game
come
kill count?
inside, but to be careful. So yeah, maybe don't slam the door so hard you knock down a fire extinguisher. Death loves shit like that. Stephanie tells Iris about the dream she's been having.
It wasn't just your dream. It was my premonition.
We reverse into a secret retina restaurant to see what happened after Iris had her premonition. She recognized the warning signs and ran back inside and got everyone to stop fucking stomping all over that glass floor. I love how capable Iris is here. It makes you really grateful that she's the one who had the premonition.
I saved a lot of lives that night.
She sure did, which is why we didn't count any of the crazy deaths in the beginning. They never actually happened in real life.
Wow. Okay, I didn't even realize that. If you paid attention like I was, you would have seen that they didn't count it, but you didn't.
But that doesn't mean those people won't end up on the kill count.
Death doesn't like it when you fuck with his plans.
Over the years, everyone who was there that day has died in freak accidents. We'll get to them later. And now Death is caught up to Iris because she has cancer. Wait, how'd she get that diagnosed? She says she hasn't left the house in 20 years. Can cancer medicine be instacarted? Iris gives Stephanie the Final Destination protagonist prime directive.
When the universe speaks, you pay attention.
Yeah, whether it comes in the form of torn bits of paper, blurry photographs, or shitty PS2 looking 3D visions. Don't ignore them. Iris certainly doesn't.
I see you, you fuck.
That's a callback to the first movie, when a bunkered down Alex called out Death the same way.
Tried to capitalize, but I caught you. You fuck.
Iris warns Steph that she and the rest of her family were never supposed to exist in the first place. So once Death is through with Iris, it'll come looking for the rest of them. Older Iris is played by Gabrielle Rose, who had small roles in The Stepfather and Jennifer's Body. She does a great job embodying Iris's all-consuming paranoia and dread, as well as the expertise she's developed over the years dodging death. She's prepared a Death for Dummies notebook that details how to spot death before he can strike. But the Unabomber-looking manifesto freaks Steph out and makes her think the rest of
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be able to read all that shit. I could barely read my handwriting. You know what I'm saying? Mine is legible, but hers is just, I'm better go. Oh no, I skipped far back in the beginning. Okay, hold on, we hadn't even started the kill count yet. Hold on, where we at? Damn! How she get slime?
Notebook that details how to spot death before he can strike. But the Unabomber-looking manifesto freaks Steph out and makes her think the rest of her family was right. Grandma Iris Cray. She leaves and Iris makes the choice to step outside for the first time in decades, or since her last trip to Rite Aid, just so she can give the book to Steph. Then, to really drive the point home, she steps back and lets death do its thing. Damn! I mean, seeing is believing, and Steph just saw a weather vane impale her grandma through the back of the head. It gives us our first...
Oh, imagine you talking to your grandma, right? And she like, look, Shawty, he gonna kill us. He gonna get us. All her shit just spilled forward on you. You like this. And you gotta wipe that off type shit. You gotta, Granny? Like that, they did her horrible.
Steph a life...
It's fake, Twitch. It's fake. But they did just slime her shit.
Time of trauma. Man, that was...
Final Destination is fire, bro. That's my movies as a kid. I was low-key scared, though.
Iris has a funeral with an overhead coffin shot that's reminiscent of the Ashes funeral from part 3. As the service concludes, an RV pulls up, marking the return of Darlene, Stephanie and Charlie's mom. Uncle Howard welcomes his estranged sister back, but Steph and her dad aren't quite as enthusiastic since she abandoned them about a decade ago. Charlie is happy to see his mom again and says Steph shouldn't throw stones. She abandoned him and Julia when she left for college. She says she's nothing like their mom. She's not crazy.
You're not crazy. You just don't care.
Doesn't care like a fox. Stephanie goes home and reads Iris's death note while the rest...
What does that mean, doesn't care like a fox? What does that mean?
The family has a barbecue. It's a scene that millions of people saw thanks to its inclusion in the trailer.
You want to be in a club with pretty boys? You're a dumb nigga, huh?
What does that say, Lord? Hold on, you got to give me a second. And don't tell me what it says, how to say your name, okay? I'm going to guess it, okay? Loner Rebellious Summer 96. Pepper, what the fuck are you putting in chat? You're putting ancient sigils in here, dude. I don't know what that means. I appreciate the follow, Loner, bro. You the GOAT, bro. We are almost, I don't know how many, I think we're 2 followers away from 300. And come on in, Loner. Come on in with us and watch Final Destination Kill Count 2025 by Dead Meat.
Correctly guessed everyone's relationship.
I'm guessing dating this guy.
I'm gonna guess that these two are.
Okay, that was kind of funny. That was kind of funny. I'll give it to him.
I'm assuming that this woman, number 2, she's probably married to Hawaiian shirt dad here.
Regardless of the relations, these people.
I think they low-key freaked out. Like, we're talking about siblings. You're welcome. I saw for the follow, I saw it on Freebands Rocky self-promotion. Hey, that's crazy. Shout out Freebands Rocky, bro. He's a W streamer. When I seen him streaming, I was like, oh, I gotta hit follow on him, bro. He's a GOAT. Hey, appreciate the follow from you too, bro. You're the GOAT. Do you be streaming or anything? Let me know, bro. We can do some. We can make some arrangements. We can make some arrangements.
Raised or something. There's not enough clearance above the ground. In a move that would send John Tapper into conniptions, baby boy Bobby breaks a glass at the bar. Damn, Julia's done with his shit. A shard of glass gets mixed in with a tub of ice, which is then emptied into glasses for a game of drink.
I don't know what to do.
But before that's played, Darlene makes an appearance.
You don't know what to stream? Honestly, bro, stream what feels good to you. Don't stream what other people want to see. Because you won't enjoy it and people can feel when you're faking it. So if you don't like it, don't stream it. Like, I'll never get on here and I'll be like, what does chat want to see? No, I stream what I want to see. Because chat, they come for you. You know what I'm saying? Like my nigga Pepper. Shout out my nigga Pepper. He's the GOAT. He be coming in here and he be, you know what I'm saying? What's up? And he be sending me ancient demon sigils. But you know what I'm saying? I do what I want to do and I let people enjoy me. Because I'm the content, you're the content. So stream what you want to stream. That's all it is, brother.
Buys baked goods. They've got peanuts in them, and Bobby is allergic.
Are you trying to kill my brother?
Yeah, don't be stepping on death's toes. Previous Final Destinations have played around with fake outs and clean a grill trying to start fires like a baby Barrymore, and Chekhov's ice shard that's in someone's drink. We're all holding our.
So my thing is, how big is this nigga's throat for him to swallow a whole shard of ice? Like, is nobody questioning that? Like, that ice, that shard of glass is like this big. So you know what I'm saying? It's his whole throat muscle. This nigga gotta be uber thirsty.
Next uncomfortable.
And then another thing is, when I sip my cup from a cup, I put my lip over it like this. And let it just go into my mouth. Pause on that, by the way. So I don't know what and drinking.
As we watch the family toast and take sips. It's so stressful.
Just put it there.
Julia?
Oh, are you all right?
Oh my god, there's a bug in there.
At home, Steph sees broken glass and gets a funny feeling some fatal shit's about to go down. She rushes to the barbecue in time to see Bobby fall through the trampoline, but since Darlene grabbed the rake earlier, he's totally fine. But you never know what Death actually has planned, because here we are worried about their throats when the glass shard ends up in Howard's foot. He assures his family it's just a flesh wound, but a series of unfortunate events in the background switch on the lawnmower, which runs over Howard's face and turns this family reunion into a sinister tape. And we all know how scary those are. Yeah, man, that
dead ass. Oh no, let me get past that. Dead ass right there. I couldn't even blame her. I'd be like this. I mean, someone to swallow a huge shard of glass is some of the. That's what I'm saying. Like, your throat gotta be wide as fuck, my slime. Like, your shit gotta be open. And that's no bueno.
Seeing Horror Scream by Anna Laurie, who's become a good friend of ours and even presented at the Horror Awards last year.
Oh, better be careful. Don't want to get Final Destination.
I met her at the premiere for Hysteria, the underrated Peacock show that she guest starred on, and which also features your humble kill counter in a cameo.
Hey, that's why they get James A. Janice. Shout out James A. Janice, bro.
Yeah, watch it on Peacock. Bruce Campbell's in it. Seeing Howard dead convinces Steph that Iris was onto something, and that there may be a way out since Jack Black found someone who survived. Oh, Stephanie, who's JB? Just one half of the greatest band who ever lived, motherfucker! She gathers Iris's evidence pointing towards a death conspiracy. Obituaries and articles showing how everyone who Iris saved has since died from horrific accidents, and any offspring those people have faced a similar end. Some fun bits to spot if you pause during the save. Apparently, the little shit boy became a pickpocket and died in a piano accident, just like he did in the premonition. Another article mentions a socialite who died in a house fire, probably our fire stunt gal, and the maitre d's still ended up killed in an elevator accident. Even Iris's death was on point. Literally. The weather vane went through her, just like a spire did at the the end of her premonition. Iris's notebook also has references to the previous movies, like the plane accident from the first film, the log truck from the second, and the bridge disaster from the fifth. These accidents weren't connected to the Skyview patrons, but the filmmakers wanted to honor them anyway. They also included Easter eggs like Heist Pale Ale at the barbecue and On Howard's shirt. It's a fictional beer brand that's been in the movies since the second one. Stephanie's license plate matches Carter's from the first film, and Iris's boyfriend's car has a plate that reads FL818E, referencing Flight 180. The directing duo of Lipovsky and Stein had a reverence for the series, as did everyone else involved. Hell, their stunt coordinator, who also played a burning Skyview patron, began his career playing a student who died on Flight 180. There were even some fun faux bloodline connections. Breck Bessinger, who does a great job as young Iris, had just been in a movie playing the daughter of Allie Larder.
Is that her name, Breck Bessinger? How old is she? How old is she? Damn it, I dropped my straw. Breck Bessinger. Oh, she was from Bella and the Bulldogs. Niggas don't. This was my shit, though. This is my shit. Let me see. She probably like 30. Get the fuck out of here. 5'2"? There's no way she's 5'2". Okay, she might be 5'2". I mean, that's a dumb thing. It's dumb to say, but yeah, she is 5'2".
Was in the first two.
No, let me stop
It's
playing.
very fun to text her and be like, hey, I'm following in your footsteps. I just got cast in the new Final Destination.
Wait.
Job as young Iris had just been in a movie playing the daughter of Allie Larder, who was in the first two films.
It's very fun to text her and be like, hey, I'm following in your footsteps. I just got cast in the new Final Destination.
And in the Chucky TV series, Teo Brion's dad was played by OG Final Destination star, my boy Devin Sawa.
He was the first person I texted.
Lipovsky and Stein ran a fun and encouraging set.
Richard, you sold that, buddy.
All of the BTS I watched seemed like one giant love fest.
Everyone who makes these movies
Pause.
is just having a great time.
You can really tell the director set that tone.
I imagine that they like put on matching pajamas and get into little like Dick Van Dyke beds at night, and they're like, good night, Zach. Good night, Adam.
Still, these fuckers created quite the conundrum for the kill count. Our rule is that we count mass kills if the event is shown on screen and we get a verified number of victims. That was the case for all 5 of the previous Final Destinations. Here, we don't see the actual deaths since the Skyview disaster never actually happened. But we did technically meet all these people when we saw them in Iris's flashback. Since we did meet them in video form and we're learning about their deaths now, that makes them eligible to count. Writer Addison counted 138 deaths on Steph's murder map, which, I don't know, could be the number of people Iris saved that day. So that's what we'll put on the count. And note that any descendants who died don't count, since we never met them. Steph presents the project to her remaining family members like the world's most fucked up PowerPoint party. She explains that Death is going to kill off Iris's descendants in order, now that he finally caught up to her.
Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist.
It began with Iris's eldest child, Howard, and like a monarchical line of succession, it'll go through his kids next. Eldest Eric, middle gal Julia, and then poor baby Bobby. After them, it'll go to Iris's younger child, Darlene, and then on to her kids, Stephanie, and finally Charlie. Their dad, Marty, and Howard's widow, Aunt Brenda, are safe, since they're not part of the bloodline. Look at them. Obviously, no one believes her.
Hey, I'd be like, you know what? Hey, fuck you, twin. I didn't even like your mama anyway, nigga. Fuck him.
You're turning our dad's death into some kind of fucked up conspiracy theory. What is wrong with you? No.
Everyone leaves to process their grief, far away from the person telling them they're all gonna die. I just gotta say again that the cast of a Final Destination movie has no right being this good. It helps that the directors insisted on rehearsal time, which is actually pretty rare nowadays, and encouraged improv on set since the actors got to know each other so well. They're able to handle a whole gamut of emotions: grief, skepticism, anger, acceptance. You got all the stages here. And they managed to be funny while doing it, like how when Eric's closing at work, he switches his playlist from Eric's tattoo mix to Eric's sad mix. Then he gives himself a memorial tattoo for his dad. It's hilarious and adds a lot of texture to the movie and depth to his character. Death starts up its Rube Goldberg machine again, which isn't difficult since this place has the dumbest ceiling decor I've ever seen. Stuff gets knocked over and spilt all around until a chain comes loose from the ceiling and somehow hooks itself to Eric's nose ring. The chain wraps around the fan, pulling Eric upward and forcing him onto a chair, and then the counter, which isn't built to hold the weight of a grown man. Not sure why he isn't grabbing on with both hands and either pulling himself up or pulling the ceiling fan down, but eventually he manages to unhook his nose. Too bad he swings into a whole bunch of fire and broken glass shards, getting branded and losing the entire tattoo shop to flames. This sequence, which was partially released as the movie's first teaser trailer, is only 6 minutes long, but took 5 days to film. They set up an actual Rube Goldberg sequence and did 20 takes until the items fell like they were supposed to. Should have hired OK Go to do it. They also really hooked a chain to a nose ring on actor Richard Harmon, using an apparatus to hold it in place while his body weight was supported by wires. This scene and all the movie's kills were carefully planned out with elaborate previs productions that ended up looking like really bad, cheaply shot short films.
It do look
most
like
of the
that.
stunts himself.
He's like the Buster Keaton of horror, if you will.
Except for when he falls to the ground and lands in the fire. That was a stunt performer. The next morning, Steph and Charlie haven't heard from Eric, so they speed over and almost do Death's job for him.
Ow! What? You trying to kill me?
Eric survived the ordeal with nothing more than a heart-shaped branding, which is actually pretty bitchin'. So now
Damn, I just swallowed a whole piece of ice. I'm done.
The death curse.
I almost just got rid of myself.
Because that would be fucking crazy.
Jeez! Shit!
Another great fake-out, which references Terry's infamous bus kill from the first movie. For her part, Steph is starting to see potential death everywhere.
I don't know, the trimmer could fall and hit the leaf blower guy, which causes him to blow stuff into the kid's eyes and then take the ball into his face.
Whoa. Eric trashes her concerns and gets...
Run your ones? You don't want it. You don't even deserve it. You couldn't handle it. I don't know if you like that to me.
Grabby with a garbage truck to prove her wrong. Man, come on, don't put your mouth on that. Even if death curses aren't real, E. coli is. Hightailing it away on his bike. Hey, it wasn't me, I didn't see nothing. They try to stop the truck.
Fortnite loading up right now.
By a hilarious hard cut to Kelly Clarkson and a manic swiping sesh. The song is Stronger, of course. A funny choice for a franchise where what doesn't kill you actually just makes death hunt you down and try again. They finally get the truck to stop, and Steph tries to pull Julia free. She should be fine. She's not next on the list. But Death disagrees, and Julia is crushed to death by the trash compactor. Oh my god, this is so fucking gnarly. The way the top of her head slides off like that. Oh, and then she's left with a stringy, gory arm in the end too. Ah, what the fuck?
Oh my
scene
god.
was the first thing Anna Laurie shot.
I picked the
and
mic.
was one of the most challenging effects for the team at Masters Effects. They modeled the head squish after pears and tomatoes being crushed, and used a combo of digital effects and a practical crushable head. For the truck itself, Pacific West Special Effects built a crusher based off a construction tool used to find angles of corners. The metal rods with rubber tips retracted when going around the performer's head, and director Adam Stein tried it out first to show that it was safe. It's an incredible effect.
It's very unnerving and unsettling because you see this piece of metal coming at someone's face, and then all of a sudden the metal stops.
Do I want a Sora AI custom video made? If you make one of me and Sabrina Carpenter dancing together, then yes. Yes.
But it keeps growing around the rest of their face.
I heard the tool compared to those pin screen toys where you can make an impression of your hand or whatever. They then filled the truck
there's five more movies of this.
Interior with clean but gross materials like wet oatmeal and placed Lori inside. She didn't do the trash can dump. That was performed by her stunt double Evelyn Gondo. Finally, the kill had more gore added in post, which I kind of wish they didn't do. Like, it's not as bad as the fourth movie where awesome practical effects were covered up with cartoon blood, but I do wish they had gone a little lighter with the digital dressing. Steph blames herself for screwing up the order, but Aunt Brenda says no, it's her fault. She confesses that Eric isn't Howard's biological son, and thus isn't part of the bloodline. She had an affair with some guy named Jerry Fenbury.
Jerry Fenbury?
Yeah, dude, Jerry Fenbury.
What is this guy always wanting to play catch?
Harmon.
Oh my gosh, Sonny was cheating. No, make one of him and Jake Paul doing a collab, if you know what I mean. Give me a fucking cig right now. I need a cig.
Improvised 10 different takes of his reaction, trying different punchlines until they got to this one. And Brenda exits the movie completely, because I mean, fuck it, she's not on Death's chopping block. Baby boy Bobby is though, and he's next in line, so he begs Steph to help him survive. After all, she can see Death's plans, just like Iris could.
It's like an equation, it's math.
Yeah, it's like the Pythagorean theorem. She remembers Iris's notebook mentioning that other survivor named JB. Darlene says it's a friend of her mom's who works at a nearby hospital. what was that place's name again? Something River? Nope. Clear Rivers was Ali Larter's character in the first 2 films. And yes, her name was Clear, not Claire. I wasn't the wrong one that time. Commenters from throughout the years. Damn, some of you were so confidently wrong. They figure out the name of Hope River Hospital and decide to drive there. Bobby wants to come too, refusing to be left alone at home.
I mean, there's like 1,000 house-related deaths in that thing, man. You could trip down the stairs, fall down a toilet or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he might even clean up after himself with that one too. Even though Eric ain't a member of this bloodline, he decides to tag along to keep an eye out for his brother. And he'd better.
He is familiar. I think he was also in Bella and the Bulldogs. I'm sorry if my chewing my ice is annoying. What was he from? He was from something. What's this movie? Final Destination Bloodline. He looks familiar. He was in Disney. I know that. Henry Danger. Who did he play? Jasper? Oh no, that's not Jasper. Who he play? Oh, he was from. How much he died? He was from 100 Things to Do Before High School. That's where he was from. And I remember, bro, niggas always said I look like this nigga right here as a kid, bro. Word to my drrrs, they said I look like him, bro. That shit pissed me off. I'm gonna show y'all a picture of me as a kid, but they said I look like this nigga, bro. I look nothing like that nigga, bro. Like, remember this. Hold on, I'm gonna take a picture. Remember this nigga right here, okay? Him right there. I knew he looked familiar. What else was he from? Yeah, nothing much. Shitty ass actor.
He's the only one who remembers to do a nut check.
Nut check. What?
Yeah, both kinds. On the drive over, Steph sees evidence that Darlene kept them in her thoughts. She only left because she was afraid of giving them the same childhood Iris gave her, one completely taken over by fear. It wasn't a decision she took lightly.
Oh shit, let me
it had
put
a
the video
deep
back up.
impact on her. They reach the hospital and head to the morgue, where they see a mortician performing an autopsy on an unnamed male body. So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and count that, whatever. It is far from the most important part of the scene, because this is our return of the king.
William John Bloodworth, but my friends call me JB.
Your friends call you great. Bloodworth was a pivotal character in the original Final Destination, as well as Part 2 and the surprisingly good Part 5. Turns out he was also the little boy Iris saved at the Skyview all those years ago. After that, they became friends and learned the ways
Tony
of death.
Todd, go to
even helped
horror.
her get medical care. Oh, so he was the DoorDash doctor.
Oh.
Bloodworth tells them the only 2 ways to stop death, according to the franchise so far. Kill someone and get the time they had left, an idea introduced in Final Destination 5, or die and be brought back to life, which is what he's seen as the Notebook hinted at, since he knew Kimberly from Final Destination 2. She did the whole flatliners thing, and apparently ended the death curse. Bloodworth confirms that she survived. He warns them that death is a bitch, and that he knows his time is soon. He's sick, thus his frail appearance. He leaves them and the film with one final piece of wisdom.
I intend to enjoy the time I have left.
He about to get slime.
Suggest
He about to get
you
slime.
do the same. Life is precious. Enjoy every single second. You never know when.
I'm not trying to be corny, but this scene is very emotional to watch. The producer said it was a top priority to include Bloodworth, since he means so much to the fans. Tony Todd knew this would likely be his final appearance in the franchise.
We're acknowledging a passage of time, and I'm not immortal.
He had been quietly diagnosed with stomach cancer, which he kept private but told the producers. They decided to let him come up with his character's final words, which would be a direct message to the fans. I'm not surprised he came up with that beautiful line himself. It was a truly beautiful human being.
And to all the people out there that love the franchise, and they obviously do, goodbye is never good.
Hey, R.I.P. Tony Todd, bro. One of the greatest black horror genre actors, and one of my personal favorite actors. R.I.P. bro. When I got the news, I was devastated, and I didn't know bro like that. I just know his work of art, and R.I.P. bro.
Bye. Goodbye is just the beginning.
I never want to overstate how close I was to him. I had an amazing lunch with him one time, and he always said hi and hugged me and Chelsea at conventions. But that was enough to make you feel like his friend. He He was a great man,
And
I'm glad he got
shit about to make a nigga tear up, bro. Shit about to make a nigga tear up.
to leave his legacy in literally the best way possible. We all have to go one day, but few can do so as gracefully as Tony Todd. He was a class act to the very end, to Tony. Steph and the others don't know what to do, but Eric's drawn to the flatline.
That should've make a grown man cry.
All they gotta do is kill Bobby and bring him back. I mean, they pulled it off in Countdown and that one Fear Street movie, and they're already in a hospital. Shouldn't be that hard. They run off to figure out the fratricide, pausing only ever so briefly to consider the other option. Bobby could kill someone else and get the time that they had left. And, you know, babies have a lot of time left.
Well, I mean,
No.
no, of course not. Of course
We
not.
wouldn't do that,
No,
right?
we would never.
Don't touch those babies.
Since they're not that chick from Jigsaw, they don't kill any
3477.
babies.
Is that your
Instead
phone
decide to
number?
use Bobby's nut allergy. He picks some peanut butter cups for his last meal, but the vending machine doesn't want to give him up. Well, I get. Oh, come on, man. Really? You're gonna do that in this situation? Vending machines kill more people than sharks. It gives up the goods, and they sneak into an MRI room where they're confronted by the beginning of Saw X. They don't notice when a falling clipboard wakes up a computer that turns on the machine. They're too busy trying to save their family from the curse.
Me and you, we are going to fix things for everyone.
Damn, man. You can really read into that. These two have probably always felt like the...
Hold on. I know what it is, and I know exactly how he about to get slimed, bruh. He about to get slimed because the, Damn, oh, that's my fault. He about to get slimed because MRI machines are, magnetic. So as soon as that bit cut on, he getting sucked in the machine.
Least
Watch.
successful or most
I bet
immature
you.
members of the family. This is their chance to be the heroes. Hope it works out for them. Eric confiscates Bobby's EpiPen to make sure he can't save himself, and then Bobby takes a bite.
Oh my God.
What?
That's really good.
Actor Owen Joyner actually has a peanut allergy in real life, so he was able to bring genuine anxiety about the danger to these scenes. Anaphylaxis hits and Bobby panics, causing Eric to drop his phone. It flies at the MRI and hits the screen, cranking up the power until it starts plucking out his piercings. It's a hilarious and painful sight gag.
But don't be coming in here talking about, don't be coming in my chat talking about free viewers, nigga. Get your ass banned. Ruin my laughing shit. Fuck you, nigga. And fuck them fake free viewers. Ruining my laughing shit. I was having a good ass time. Your ass getting banned, nigga. Enjoy that ban. 700 years, dumbass. Okay, here we go. Nah, when his nipples started bouncing, yo, go back.
Power until it starts plucking out his piercings. It's a hilarious
that right there
and painful sight gag as they fly from his face and then his nipples and then oh no.
Oh my God.
His magnetized member pulls him forward, and the wheelchair slams into his back, pushing him into the MRI and stretching out his stomach tat. He's folded in half backwards as the wheelchair spokes impale him into the machine. I think Eric's the first Final Destination victim who wasn't on death's list. But hey, Bloodworth warned him.
And if you fuck with death and lose, things can get very messy.
Richard Harmon saw the first 5 Final Destinations as they came out and knew how special it would be to get killed in one.
I feel like I got really lucky with my death.
For his incredible kill, they created a reverse folding torso with breakaway tattooed skin. The spokes going through the belly tattoo are an homage to the 5th movie's poster. For his back bend, they built a double-decker platform inside the MRI, like the kind used in the magic trick where someone is sawed in half. You know, when it's not a leprechaun doing it. Harmon took the top half, while a stunt double named Colton played the part of his legs. He had to squeeze himself into just the tiniest little space.
He has a much better butt than I do, so that's great for everybody when this comes out.
They even sewed their clothes together to really sell the effect, and the CG wheelchair was added digitally by the VFX team.
But
Bobby
what if
calls
what?
his puffy ass over to Eric's body and grabs the EpiPen to administer the medicine just in time. But that damn vending machine from earlier loses a spring that rockets through his knob.
Wow.
Oh, then it keeps spiraling in deeper. Oh, that's so mean. And then he falls, ripping his head in half. Oh, god damn, man. The Howard family is dead, save for Brenda. Sequel character? That leaves Darlene and her kids as the last one standing. They decide to go to Grandma Iris's cabin.
Outside is dangerous, but inside is the safest place that there is.
I mean, agree to disagree. That place was whack. It was worse than Alex's shitty cabin, where he was eating dog food or whatever. But Darlene will do what Iris did, live in isolation and stave off death for as long as she possibly can. That'll at least allow her kids to live some kind of life. They come with her to keep her safe, since Steph is an expert vibes reader. I mean, she saves them from getting hit by a logging truck. Come on, Darlene, leave that shit in part 2. They managed to reach the cabin, but turns out they were beaten there by Death's most loyal accomplice, Wind. With the weather getting frightful, they decide the best way to keep from dying is driving their RV full speed through a metal gate, right into the punji stick yard in Mosquito Pond? What the fuck are y'all doing?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie,
Steph's
that's
seatbelt
crazy.
gets broken in the process. Good job, geniuses. So she sends Charlie and Darlene on without her. They get to the front door, but Death's done playing around with them and uses a gas leak to blow the whole place up. Oh shit. Darlene went flying. The RV gets tipped
She
over
did
right
get
into
sent.
Cedar Pond, trapping Stephanie underwater. This sequence was done with a huge practical explosion that they filmed with 8 cameras at a high speed. Actress Caitlin Santajuana trained so she could hold her breath for 2 minutes underwater to make filming comfortable. They're mostly comfortable.
I couldn't see for like the next 2 days after from all like the chlorine. But it was honestly so fun.
I don't think Juana gets enough credit for her performance, probably because she has to play the serious character. Everyone else gets to have more fun, but she really holds everything together as the linchpin of the cast. Charlie gets trapped beneath some wreckage, but luckily his melted mama's here to save his life. Coming in clutch, Darlene.
I'm gonna stay alive as long as
Oh my god, good lord,
Why he just be sliming people so aggressively? Like, you could have at least let her finish her sentence, bruh.
drama these people are packing in. It's insane. Darlene's death here was the result of reshoots. Originally, she was crushed much earlier by a falling letter from the hospital sign after narrowly surviving an incident with a revolving door. You can actually see shots of it in the trailer, but the final cut only features the revolving door in a fake-out scare when they first get to the hospital. Charlie gets inside the RV and grabs a knife to cut through Steph's seatbelt. Oh, and his hand. Damn, that's deep. As he tries to get her free, the picture Iris is in on her, but after a beat of black, she's back, coughing up all the water and mosquito larvae from her.
So she gonna survive because she died in a pond, but he brought her back through CPR. So the little brother is getting slimed. I feel like
He
that.
saved her with CPR.
You died, and I brought you back.
Oh, yeah? I don't know. I ain't putting up a kill graphic. Sorry, Charlie. But he ain't no damn doctor. I need a better diagnosis than, like, some kid. They hobble away from the flames, convinced they've successfully broken the curse. Sometime later, it's the day of the big dance. Steph and her dad take Charlie to pick up his prom date on the same street Iris and her boyfriend drove down in the opening scene. Charlie talks about how he brought Steph back from the dead, and his date's dad actually is the claim.
Well, technically, you weren't dead.
What?
I mean, if you were unconscious and Charlie got you breathing again, then your heart didn't stop.
He would know. He's a doctor. Dr. Reddick, in fact, named after Jeffrey Reddick, who wrote the first Final Destination. Nearby, a Penny's getting up to no good. In fact, the same Penny that would have caused the Skyview disaster all those years ago. In reality, Iris snatched it from the disgusting little shitboy before he could throw it. She kept it in her premonition notebook, which Stephanie then inherited and carried around. Back at the hospital, it slipped out of the book and was picked up by a lady who's now trying to spend it on some lemonade. It escapes the clutches of capitalism and rolls itself onto some train tracks, the same ones from the
Oh, that motherfucker about to
wouldn't
shoot
you know
through
it,
it and
that
blast
goddamn
her.
Penny ends up derailing a whole goddamn train. The Invisible Man couldn't be prouder as it crashes towards Steph and Charlie, who run for their lives.
Why are you
right when
running
it seems like
forward?
they've made it, Death gets in one more joke and reference to the infamous log truck. 2 logs fly from behind the wreckage and crush both siblings, which is just fucking heartbreaking, but also, I mean, that's life in this series, isn't it? How much blood
Death just be going
was on the line in this deadly
crazy,
family reunion?
sliming
Let's
niggas.
find out and get to the numbers.
This isn't just a wallet, it's a rare find. There's something different about owning something almost nobody else has. That's why when Ridge dropped their limited kintsugi collection, I had to grab one. Inspired by the Japanese art of turning imperfections
Predictable.
into golden masterpieces, each Ridge kintsugi
We counted 147 deaths in Final Destination Bloodlines. The victims consisted of 4 women, 5 men, and 138 Skyview victims that we can't really get a good gender breakdown of, so we'll call them unknown. Enjoy this pie view chart. As far as the franchise goes, Bloodlines had the second most kills, only coming behind the original Final Destination. I forgot how small scale some of those other disasters were. With a runtime of 110 minutes, we had a kill on average every 44.9 seconds. I'll give the Golden Chainsaw for coolest kill to Eric. There are a lot of options here, but between the piercings joke and the brutality of the gore, it's an all-encompassing kill, simultaneously mean and hilarious and disgusting. Dual Machete for Lama's kill, I mean, I gotta do it, all the fuckers on the board. It's just newspaper articles. It was annoying to figure out if it counted. It's an obvious winner. And for Final Destination movies, I give out the Primo Premonition Award for the coolest death featured only in a vision, since those don't technically qualify for the Golden Chainsaw. For Bloodlines, I'll give it to Alfred Milano, obviously. I mean, the Mater D was dope too, but that disgusting little shitboy had it coming. And that's it! Final Destination Bloodlines came out in 2025 to massive critical and box office success. Another movie is already in development, and we can only pray it's half as fun as this one. Until next time, I'm James A. Janice. It's been the Kill Count.
On the next Kill Count.
Oh shit.
You are about to see is the account of the trek.
But we not trying to watch y'all little extra channel. Stop. Wait a minute. Hey, nah, that was a W vid. That was a W vid. Shout out Dev Neat, bro.